presence in the lives of young girls made us wonder if and how she left her mark on the girls of society. Before I go any further, I would like to clarify that this research is not about Barbie and her relation to body image. There has been a lot written and a lot said pertaining to this particular body image question, but we wanted to go a different route. We sought a deeper interpretation of Barbie and her impact. So why did we choose Barbie as our course of study? We chose Barbie because she is a different type of doll. Well, there have been dolls where the child-doll interaction incorporated the doll as a playmate or as a baby. We add to the literature that Barbie acts as an avatar. With this in mind, our perspective can lead us to even greater levels of understanding in regards to the iconic figure of plastic. Through our discussions with one another, we came up with the following hypotheses. 1. Barbie is used as an avatar, where individuals project their ideal life through her. 2. Barbie encourages women in pursuit of careers. And 3. Barbie sets the standards for Western feminism. Looking at these hypotheses, we realized that the thing they held in common was the futuristic success of a woman. Each of these is a proponent of women achieving their ambitions in life and being a great success while doing so. This made us believe that Barbie is a feminist. She had multiple ambitions, and she went for them. While this is all good and true, we also saw that Barbie never worked for anything, and she had no connections with family. She was simply a woman who succeeded at all without going through the hardships or having the support of what is required to be successful. How could this be feminism? All of this led us to our final and ultimate question. What exactly is feminism? First, we looked at the creator of Barbie, Ruth Handler, and her original design for the Barbie influence. But what we found did little to enlighten us. According to the documentary, Barbie, an unauthorized tour, Handler claims to have created Barbie to encourage young girls to embrace their femininity and their womanhood represented by their bodies alone, rather than some other aspect of themselves. But we have already acknowledged that Barbie does so much more. She was simply a bridge to the greater issue of feminism. If you're like me, you grew up with almost an aversion and distaste to this idea. For me, feminism has always meant a loud, abrasive, lonely, cold woman who domineered and intimidated everyone in her life while succeeding at her career. That is what I thought feminism was. But as our group began to research and delve deeper into the concept of feminism, my idea of the matter gradually began to change. And that is why we are here. We want you to discover a truer definition of feminism. It is about equality. It is acknowledging the ability of a woman to have any career she chooses, be it a stay-at-home mother or the CEO of a large corporate company, without questioning whether or not a man could do the job better.
When we first began our discussion on the topic of Barbie, we began to hypothesize that Barbie, and doll play in general, had a very real effect on young girls in their development. After much research on the topic, we have discovered concrete indications that Barbie dolls have the potential to impact girls in the way they view themselves, their aspirations, and their roles in society. One of the first studies on doll play that we came across was the famous Bobo doll experiments, conducted by Albert Bandura in the early 1960s. The study was designed to explore aggression, as well as Bandura's social cognitive theory. The social cognitive theory is the idea that people learn by observing, modeling, and imitating the behavior of others. The series of experiments were conducted by using a group of 36 girls and 36 boys, ages 3 to 6 years old. The children were split into 4 different groups, as well as a control group. The children were then separated individually into different playrooms where they observed an adult model playing with a giant inflatable toy named the Bobo doll. Half of the children observed adults who behaved aggressively towards the doll, hitting it as well as verbal aggression, while others observed an unaggressive model. Next, the children were left to play with the Bobo doll on their own. The results of the study revealed that children who observed the aggressive model were significantly more aggressive in their behavior towards the doll than children who observed the more neutral model. These conclusions strongly support Bandura's social cognitive theory that behavior is learned from what we view others doing. Not only has the effects of doll play been studied by psychologists, it has also been recognized by our legal system. In a famous court case during the 1950s, Brown versus the Board of Education. Psychological and social studies on dolls were used as a legal strategy to illustrate the effects of racism on children. The studies were conducted by Doctors Kenneth and Mamie Clark, and their subjects were young African-American children ages 3 to 7. Doctors Clark gave the children the option of picking one of two dolls. One doll was white and the other was black. Aside from skin color, they were identical in every way. The results showed that the majority of children preferred the white doll and attributed more desirable characteristics to it. According to Clark, some of the children even refused to answer the question and ran out of the room crying. In conclusion of the studies, Clark proved to the Board of Education that prejudice, discrimination, and segregation created a sense of inferiority among African American children and was detrimental to their self-esteem. During our research, we came across a fascinating study conducted by Aurora M. Sherman, an associate professor of the School of Psychological Sciences at Oregon State University. It is a study that suggests that playing with Barbie may affect the way young girls view prospective career choices. They constructed the study by having a group of girls ages 4 to 7 play with either a fashion Barbie, a career Barbie, or a more neutral toy of Mrs. Potato Head. The administrators had each girl play with the toy for a few minutes, and then asked them if they thought themselves capable of doing 10 different career occupations. When they grew up, 5 of the occupations were male-dominant and the other 5 were female-dominant. The study concluded, the girls who played with the Barbie thought they could do fewer jobs than boys could do, but girls who played with Mrs. Potato Head reported nearly the same number of possible career choices as boys. There was no difference in the results between the girl who played with the Barbie and wearing a dress and the career doctor version of the doll. The results of this experiment is positive evidence of our original hypothesis. These pretty plastic self-projections, known as Barbies, can have a profound impact on the self-image of young girls.
So as we've seen through the social cognitive experiments, behavior is learned at a young age, and it can be picked up from the media, figures of authority, or dolls. Perhaps one of the most common dolls in a young girl's life is her Barbie doll. Particularly because young girls use her as an avatar, her entire existence, from how she acts to what she buys, must influence a girl's idea of womanhood. Barbie's surplus of careers, her never-ending wardrobe, perfect friends, and lavish lifestyle must also be ideas that girls have learned from Barbie as well. From Barbie, a girl's self-concept of womanhood means being flawless, both internally and externally. In essence, from being exposed often to a certain kind of media, Barbie can go from being a role model to becoming an internal manifestation of a girl's characters and desires. Young girls may aspire to have certain attributes because of Barbie, but older girls, and those that reject Barbie, may desire to have these same attributes because they have set their personal standards to be so, as a result of being exposed to this doll. The Barbie doll is affecting more than just one aspect of a girl's life. She could be one of the main contributors to today's consumeristic and superficial mentality, thus contributing to a false understanding of feminism and how women should behave in society. So what exactly does this doll teach young girls about their roles in society? At a glance, it seemed that Barbie is faithful to her motto, be who you want to be. After all, she's worked almost every job and is not limited by her appearance, education, or social status. On the surface, Barbie appears to be the embodiment of the feminist movement. Because what is the feminist movement all about? The fact that women can do and be whoever they want, right? But there's a dangerous trap in this common assumption of what feminism is. Modern-day feminists are not asking for a free ride. We don't want to be able to do whatever we want because we're women. We aren't looking for special treatment, but we also don't want to be the exception. What feminists do desire is an opportunity. We don't want to be limited by our feminine qualities, but we also don't want to be elevated for them. So if this ability to choose is what modern feminists are looking for, does Barbie, the social icon of a young girl's childhood, embody what the feminist movement is truly about? Is she the best feminist around, or is she a dangerous trap for young girls? From all of our research, we can confidently say, no, Barbie does not work for her careers. She never receives an education, never interacts with family, and never experiences any setbacks that she has to overcome. Changing outfits causes a radical but seemingly perfect transition to a completely different lifestyle. This is contrary to everything the feminist movement stands for. Although feminists are striving for this ability to choose, we want to obtain our lifestyle through the very same hard work that others used to get there. No magical wardrobe, no perfect appearance, nothing in our extra X chromosome should help us get the job or prevent us from doing so. And I know what many of you in here are thinking. The feminist movement is a man-hating, bra-burning, pro-choice group of radicals who are completely wasting their time. But reducing the feminist movement to those particular people is like reducing the Catholic Church to a brainwashing organization involved in terrible scandals and only containing crazy members. This is said by people whose only opinion of the subject is formed by the media, and they haven't truly taken the time to understand the beauty that the Catholic Church holds. And I challenge each of you to do the same for the feminist movement. Don't focus on how one radical section is asking, focus on the message that the whole group is trying to send. A plea for a choice, whether it be the option to be a stay-at-home mom or the CEO of a company. Barbie sends a false message about feminism, and Brigid is here to tell you what it's really about.
With that being said, we would like to stress the importance of modern feminism. As American citizens, we all have the civil freedom to choose, careers included. Today, now more than ever in our society, we need women of all calibers, not just stay-at-home moms. We need female artists, doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, engineers, accountants, hairdressers, restaurant owners. Every woman has the potential to be great. Forget what society is telling you. Listen to your heart. Ladies, do not be afraid to chase after your dreams. Be confident in who you are, because there's more to you than just a pretty face. For over the past 50 years, Barbie has brainwashed women into thinking that careers are like jewelry, removable and flashy, only to be worn for one day. While Barbie may have a plethora of plastic pink outfits, she has no degree, not even a diploma from high school. Barbie is a fake, but you are not fake. You are real. And let me just say to all the women in our audience that no matter what anyone tells you, you can do anything if you work hard enough. Men, you're not left out of this either. You too can accomplish anything if you work hard enough. Most of you are brothers and sons now, but one day you may be a father and a husband. Won't you want what's best for your wife and daughters? It is so crucial for you to support women in their choice of career. All too often, women hear the words, "You're pretty good for a girl." Why should our gender matter? We're all equal in the eyes of the law and God, aren't we? So now you know what BAE really stands for. Barbie ate everything. However, that should not stop you from leaving this talk and encouraging your BAE to pursue whatever career they choose. Thank you, and God bless. And now we look forward to your questions. We don't promise answers, but we do promise replies.